Good day to you all. The world feels a bit like a tinderbox these days, doesn't it? Turn on the telly, scroll through your mobile, or simply listen to the murmurs in the queue at the grocer's, and you'll be met with the same cacophony. We've allowed the fiery rhetoric of politics to seep into every corner of our lives, even those sacred spaces meant for collaboration and productivity. Now, before we delve any further, let's be clear about what we mean by politics in the workplace. I'm not talking about a healthy debate about the merits of a 4-day work week or the best way to structure parental leave. No, what I'm referring to is something far more insidious, far more corrosive to the very fabric of a healthy and productive work environment. It's the kind of thinking that leads to colleagues whispering behind each other's backs, judging each other's worth not on the quality of their work, but on who they voted for or what causes they support. Do we really want to replicate these toxic dynamics in the very spaces where we spend a significant portion of our lives? The answer, my friends, is a resounding no. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, this is all very dramatic, old chap, but what about the bottom line? Does a bit of political banter really impact productivity? And to that, my friends, I say, you bet your bottom dollar it does. A 2020 study by the Society for Human Resource Management, SHRM, found that nearly 40% of US employees reported that political discussions at work had negatively impacted their productivity. But wait, there's more. The same study also revealed that political disagreements at work led to increased stress levels, decreased morale, and a higher likelihood of employees leaving their jobs. When people are constantly looking over their shoulders, worried about saying or doing the wrong thing, they're far less likely to take risks, share bold ideas, or challenge the status quo. Allowing politics to fester in your workplace is not just bad for morale. It's bad for business. So, where do we go from here? How do we extinguish the flames of political division and reclaim the common ground that once united us? Well, it begins with a fundamental shift in perspective, a conscious decision to prioritize unity and shared purpose over the divisive rhetoric that permeates our world. Remember, my friends, workplaces are not political battlegrounds. They are spaces for collaboration, innovation, and shared success. As the great Nelson Mandela once said, no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. We must choose to see beyond the labels, the ideologies, the political affiliations, and recognize the shared humanity that binds us together. Charting a new course, strategies for a politics-free workplace. Now, I know what you're thinking, easier said than done, right? And you're not wrong. Unlearning years of ingrained biases and navigating the complexities of human interaction is no easy feat. But fear not, my friends, for it is not an impossible task. With the right approach, a good dose of common sense, and perhaps a sprinkle of good humor, we can create workplaces where respect, collaboration, and productivity reign supreme. Just as we have dress codes and social media policies, we need to establish firm guidelines that discourage political discussions in the workplace. Beacons of hope, success stories, and a call to action. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds lovely in theory, but are there any real-world examples of companies that have actually managed to pull this off? And the answer, my friends, is a resounding yes. Take, for example, the software company Basecamp. A few years back, they made headlines when they implemented a policy banning political discussions at work. Basecamp has reported increased productivity, higher employee morale, and a stronger sense of community since implementing the policy. Companies like Patagonia, known for their commitment to social and environmental causes, have also recognized the importance of keeping internal politics in check. Defining the minefield. What exactly is workplace politics? Now, some of you might be thinking, hold on a tick. What exactly do you mean by politics in the workplace? A valid question, my friends, and one that deserves a bit of clarification. When we talk about politics invading the workplace, we're talking about the insidious creep of ideological divides, partisan allegiances, and frankly, the kind of heated debates that belong in the Houses of Parliament, not the halls of your company. It's about the moment when colleagues begin to see each other not as teammates striving for a common goal, but as proponents or opponents of a particular political persuasion. The serpent's whisper. How politics slithers into our everyday interactions. You see, the danger of workplace politics often lies not in grand pronouncements or heated arguments, but in the subtle ways it seeps into our everyday interactions. A snide remark about a politician during a coffee break, a shared article on social media that sparks a divisive debate, or even the simple act of assuming a colleague's political leanings based on their background or lifestyle choices. These seemingly small moments can chip away at the foundation of trust and respect that underpins a healthy work environment. It's like a serpent's whisper, slowly poisoning the well of collaboration and goodwill. A house divided, factionalism and the fall of Rome. History is replete with examples of what happens when internal divisions, often fueled by political or ideological differences, erode the foundations of once great empires and institutions. Take, for instance, the Roman Empire, a civilization that stood as a beacon of power, innovation and cultural influence for centuries. By the late Roman Republic, political factions, each vying for power and influence, had become deeply entrenched in the workings of government and society. The French Connection, when revolution consumes its own. And let's not forget the French Revolution, a period of immense upheaval and transformation that promised liberty, equality and fraternity. While the revolution ultimately led to significant social and political changes, it also serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked ideological extremism and the ease with which revolutions can consume their own. The French Revolution, for all its noble ideals, serves as a cautionary tale about the seductive power of ideology and the importance of maintaining a balance between passion and reason, even in the face of injustice and oppression. Now, you might be thinking, all right, I get it. Big political debates are a no-no. But surely a bit of friendly banter about the latest election is harmless, isn't it? Ah, my friends, if only it were that simple. You see, the problem with politics is that it has a nasty habit of seeping into every nook and cranny of our lives, often masquerading as something far more innocuous. It's not just about who we vote for or which party we support. It's about the lens through which we view the world, the values we hold dear, and yes, even the products we buy, the charities we support, and the causes we champion. In today's hyper-connected world, where algorithms track our every click and corporations are quick to align themselves with social and political causes, it can feel almost impossible to escape the long arm of politics. And that, my friends, is precisely why it's more important than ever to establish clear boundaries, to create spaces where we can interact with each other as colleagues, as human beings, without the baggage of political affiliation or ideological posturing. The perils of presumption, assuming alignment and inviting disaster. One of the most common and often unintentional ways we inject politics into the workplace is through the dangerous game of assumption. We see a colleague reading a particular newspaper, sporting a certain badge, or sharing an article from a specific news outlet, and we leap to conclusions about their political leanings. We create narratives based on limited information, slotting individuals into neat little boxes that conform to our preconceived notions. And once those assumptions take root, It's amazing how quickly they can poison the well of interaction. We might start filtering our own words and actions, avoiding certain topics or conversations for fear of offending or alienating those we've already judged and categorized. This kind of presumptive politics is not only intellectually lazy, it's incredibly damaging to the fabric of a healthy workplace. It creates an environment where individuals feel seen not for who they truly are, but for who we've decided they must be based on our own limited perspectives. And in such an environment, genuine connection, authentic communication, and ultimately, true collaboration become near impossible. The echo chamber effect, reinforcing divisions and stifling dissent. And let's not forget the echo chamber effect. When we surround ourselves with people who share our views, whether consciously or unconsciously, we create a feedback loop that reinforces our existing biases and makes it harder to understand or empathize with those who hold different perspectives. Think about it. If everyone in the office is reading the same news sources, sharing the same opinions on social media, and engaging in the same political conversations, it creates a false sense of consensus, a belief that everyone is on the same page, politically speaking. This lack of intellectual diversity can be incredibly stifling, both for individual growth and for the kind of creative problem-solving that thrives on diverse perspectives and robust debate. When we're constantly surrounded by people who agree with us, it becomes all too easy to dismiss or demonize those who don't, further entrenching divisions and hindering our ability to find common ground. The trust deficit, when political posturing erodes the foundation of collaboration. But perhaps the most insidious consequence of workplace politics is the erosion of trust. When colleagues begin to view each other through a political lens, it introduces an element of doubt and suspicion into every interaction. We might start questioning motives, wondering if a colleague's actions are driven by genuine concern for the company's well-being or by a hidden political agenda. This trust deficit can be incredibly damaging to teamwork and collaboration. After all, how can we effectively work together when we're constantly second-guessing each other's intentions? How can we build strong, productive relationships when the foundation is built on shifting sands of political maneuvering and suspicion? The simple truth is, a workplace poisoned by politics is a workplace where trust withers and dies. It's an environment where collaboration becomes a game of chess, where every move is calculated, every word carefully chosen, and where the focus shifts from achieving shared goals to protecting one's own interests. And that, my friends, is a recipe for disaster, both for individual careers and for the long-term success of any organization. The productivity puzzle, unraveling the tangled threads of political discord. Surely it's not that big of a deal when it comes to actually getting work done. Ah, my friends, I wish it were that simple. It's like a slow drip of poison into the well of productivity. Imagine a team meeting meant to brainstorm innovative solutions. Instead, a tense atmosphere prevails. Colleagues hold back their most daring ideas. The free flow of creativity becomes stifled. This, my friends, is the productivity puzzle we must solve. The innovation ice age, when fear and conformity stifle creativity. Innovation thrives on psychological safety, where ideas can be expressed without fear. It's about challenging assumptions and proposing bold solutions. But politics can freeze this creative ecosystem. Fear of judgment leads to self-censorship. This stifles innovation, leaving organizations stuck in an ice age. The communication breakdown, speaking in code and the language of distrust. Effective communication is the lifeblood of any successful organization. It's about conveying information clearly and concisely, but political tensions make communication a minefield. Colleagues speak in code, avoiding certain topics. This guarded communication leads to misunderstandings and distrust. Instead of focusing on tasks, colleagues navigate political correctness. The stress epidemic, from water cooler whispers to full-blown anxiety. The modern workplace is a pressure cooker of deadlines and expectations. Add political tensions and you've got a stress epidemic. Imagine walking on eggshells, worried about sparking conflict. This constant state takes a toll, manifesting as anxiety and insomnia. The time warp, lost hours and misdirected energy in the political vortex. Time is our most precious resource. It's finite, irreplaceable, and once spent, it's gone forever. In the vortex of workplace politics, it's easy to lose sight of this valuable commodity. Countless hours wasted on unproductive debates leave behind resentment and ill will. Time spent on social media and heated exchanges drains and demoralizes. Subtle distractions, whispers and side conversations fragment our focus. A 2020 study by Asana found frequent political discussions at work reduce productivity. The talent drain, when top performers seek sanctuary elsewhere. Attracting and retaining top talent is crucial. Top performers drive progress and push boundaries. They seek environments where they feel valued and empowered. Political tensions and stress drive them away. They seek sanctuary in healthier, respectful workplaces. The bottom line blues. The financial cost of a politicized workplace. Now, for those of you who speak the language of numbers, let's talk about the cold, hard financial cost of a politicized workplace. Because while it's easy to dismiss the impact of political tensions as a mere annoyance, a minor distraction, the reality is far more significant. When productivity plummets, when innovation stalls, when communication breaks down, and when valuable employees jump ship, it inevitably impacts the bottom line. Decreased output, missed deadlines, increased absenteeism due to stress-related illnesses, higher recruitment costs to replace departed talent. These are just some of the tangible financial consequences of a workplace plagued by political discord. A 2023 report by the Center for American Progress, titled The High Cost of Workplace Politics, estimated that political tensions in the US workplace cost businesses billions of dollars annually in lost productivity, increased healthcare costs, and higher employee turnover. The report concluded that addressing workplace politics is not just a matter of creating a more harmonious environment, but a sound business decision with a significant impact on profitability and long-term success. The sanctuary of shared purpose, rediscovering common ground in the workplace. Now, my friends, having explored the treacherous terrain of a politicized workplace, let's turn our attention to a brighter horizon, to the possibility of creating work environments where unity, respect and shared purpose reign supreme. Imagine, if you will, a workplace where colleagues, regardless of their political persuasions, set aside their differences and come together, united by a common goal. Imagine a space where the energy and focus that often gets siphoned off into divisive debates are instead channeled into creative problem-solving, innovation, and the pursuit of collective success. This, my friends, is the power of shared purpose. It's the understanding that we are all in this together, that our individual successes are intertwined with the success of the team and ultimately the success of the organization as a whole. When we can tap into this shared purpose, when we can remind ourselves of the larger mission that unites us, it becomes easier to set aside our differences, to see beyond the labels and ideologies that often divide us, and to focus on what truly matters, achieving something meaningful together. Beyond the red and blue, embracing the rich tapestry of human experience. You see, my friends, the human experience is far too rich, too complex, too nuanced to be reduced to simplistic binaries of red versus blue, left versus right, liberal versus conservative. We are multifaceted beings, each shaped by a unique tapestry of experiences, values, and beliefs. To assume that we can neatly categorize our colleagues, our friends, even our family members based solely on their political affiliations is not only intellectually lazy, it's a profound disservice to the richness of human connection. When we allow ourselves to see beyond the political labels, When we take the time to truly listen to and understand the perspectives of those who see the world differently than we do, we open ourselves up to a world of learning, growth, and yes, even empathy. We discover that behind the political ideologies, behind the party affiliations, behind the slogans and soundbites, lie individuals with their own hopes, dreams, fears, and aspirations. Individuals who, like us, are simply trying to navigate this complex world and create a better future for themselves and their loved ones. The power of perspective, shifting from division to dialogue. Disagreement is not inherently a bad thing. It can be a powerful catalyst for growth and progress. The key lies in shifting our mindset to dialogue. Approach conversations with curiosity, not judgment. Listen and learn rather than preach or persuade. This is the power of perspective. The Art of Disagreement, disagreeing without being disagreeable. Now, I know what you're thinking. Easier said than done, old chap. How do we actually have these difficult conversations, especially in a society that seems to thrive on outrage and polarization? And you're right, my friends, it's not always easy. But it is possible. It requires a conscious effort, a commitment to cultivating the art of disagreement, to mastering the delicate dance of expressing our own views without belittling or dismissing the views of others. It starts with listening, truly listening, to understand, not just to respond. It's about asking clarifying questions, seeking to understand the why behind someone's beliefs, rather than simply focusing on the what of their position. It's about using I statements, framing our own perspectives as personal observations rather than universal truths. It's about acknowledging common ground, finding points of agreement even amidst disagreement, and reminding ourselves that we are all human beings, sharing this journey together. Building bridges, not walls, fostering empathy and understanding. You see, my friends, at the heart of a harmonious workplace, at the heart of a harmonious society, lies empathy, the ability to step outside of our own experiences, to walk a mile in someone else's shoes, and to see the world through their eyes. Empathy doesn't require us to abandon our own values or beliefs, nor does it require us to condone or excuse behavior we find objectionable. It simply asks us to recognize the shared humanity that binds us together, to acknowledge that beneath the surface of political ideologies and partisan allegiances lie individuals with their own unique stories, their own struggles, their own triumphs. When we approach our interactions with empathy, when we make a conscious effort to understand the perspectives and experiences of those who see the world differently than we do, we begin to build bridges of understanding, bridges that can span the divides that often separate us. We create a space where individuals feel seen, heard, and respected, even when disagreements arise. We foster a culture of trust and collaboration, where colleagues feel comfortable sharing their ideas, even those that challenge the status quo. The productivity boom, reaping the rewards of a harmonious workplace. Now, some of you may be thinking, all right, old chap, this all sounds lovely and utopian, but what about the bottom line? Does a harmonious workplace actually translate into tangible results? And to that, my friends, I say absolutely. You see, when we create a work environment where individuals feel valued, respected and supported, where they can bring their whole selves to work without fear of judgment or reprisal, something magical happens. Productivity soars, creativity flourishes, innovation becomes the norm rather than the exception. Employees are more engaged, more motivated, and more committed to the success of the organization. A 2021 study by the consulting firm Deloitte found that inclusive work environments where individuals feel a sense of belonging and respect are twice as likely to meet or exceed financial targets and 8 times more likely to achieve higher levels of innovation. Why? Because when individuals feel safe and supported, when they feel like they can be themselves without fear of judgment, they're free to focus their energy on what truly matters, doing their best work and contributing to the success of the team. A legacy of success, inspiring greatness through unity and collaboration. In the annals of history, my friends, some of the greatest achievements of humankind have been born not out of division and discord, but out of unity, collaboration, and a shared sense of purpose. Think about the Apollo 11 mission, the culmination of years of tireless effort by thousands of individuals from diverse backgrounds, all working together towards a common goal, landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth. Think about the development of the polio vaccine, a triumph of scientific collaboration that saved countless lives and eradicated a debilitating disease that once struck fear in the hearts of parents around the world. These achievements, and countless others like them, stand as testaments to the extraordinary things we can accomplish when we set aside our differences, embrace our shared humanity, and work together towards a common goal. Drawing the line. The power of clear boundaries and expectations. Now, some of you might be wondering, all right, I'm all for a harmonious workplace, but how do we actually make it happen? How do we prevent political tensions from seeping in and poisoning the well? Well, my friends, it all starts with setting clear boundaries. Just as we have rules and guidelines for appropriate workplace attire, for using company technology, and for interacting with clients and customers, we also need to establish clear expectations regarding political discussions in the workplace. This doesn't mean we need to transform our workplaces into sterile, emotionless environments where any mention of current events is strictly forbidden. No, that would be both unrealistic and frankly rather dull. What it does mean is creating a shared understanding that the workplace is primarily a space for work, a space where our collective energy and focus should be directed towards achieving shared goals and objectives. It means recognizing that while political discussions may be perfectly acceptable in other contexts, such as among friends or family, they can be incredibly divisive and counterproductive in a professional setting. Leading by example. The role of leaders in shaping workplace culture. Of course, simply establishing rules and guidelines is not enough. For these boundaries to be truly effective, they need to be reinforced by strong leadership, by individuals who embody the values of respect, inclusivity, and open-mindedness. Leaders, whether they're CEOs, managers, or team leads, play a crucial role in shaping workplace culture. They set the tone, establish the norms, and ultimately create the environment in which employees either thrive or wither. If leaders themselves are constantly engaging in political debates, gossiping about colleagues' political leanings, or using their positions of power to promote their own political agendas, it sends a clear message to employees that such behavior is not only acceptable, but encouraged. On the other hand, when leaders consistently model respectful dialogue, actively seek out diverse perspectives, and create a space where individuals feel safe expressing their ideas without fear of judgment or reprisal, it sets a powerful example that can cascade throughout the organization. The art of redirection, steering conversations away from the political abyss. Political discussions will inevitably arise in the workplace. Contentious news stories and heated election cycles spill over into our daily lives. Leaders must master the art of redirection, steering conversations back to neutral ground. Acknowledge potential division and suggest a change of subject. Find common ground and guide the conversation to safer shores. The power of perspective taking. Encouraging empathy and understanding. Now, let's be honest, my friends, redirecting conversations is often easier said than done, especially when emotions are running high and individuals feel passionately about their political beliefs. That's why it's essential to cultivate a deeper understanding of why people hold the views they do, to encourage a culture of empathy and perspective taking in the workplace. Empathy, as we've discussed before, doesn't require us to agree with or condone the beliefs of others. It simply asks us to make a conscious effort to see the world through their eyes, to understand the experiences and perspectives that have shaped their worldview. One way to foster empathy in the workplace is to encourage colleagues to share their stories, their backgrounds, and their experiences. This could involve creating opportunities for informal storytelling sessions, organizing team-building activities that promote vulnerability and connection, or simply encouraging colleagues to engage in meaningful conversations with one another during breaks or after work. The more we understand about where our colleagues are coming from, the easier it becomes to navigate disagreements with respect and compassion, even when we fundamentally disagree with their viewpoints. Conflict resolution, navigating disagreements with grace and respect. Now, despite our best efforts to create a harmonious and respectful workplace, conflicts will inevitably arise. It's simply the nature of human interaction, especially in a fast-paced, high-pressure environment where individuals often hold strong opinions and beliefs. The key to managing conflict effectively, particularly when it stems from political differences, is to address it head-on, but to do so with grace, respect, and a commitment to finding common ground. This involves creating a safe space for individuals to express their concerns, listening actively to understand their perspectives, and working collaboratively to find solutions that address the needs of all parties involved. In some cases, it may be necessary to involve a neutral third party, such as a human resources representative or a trained mediator, to facilitate the conversation and help guide the parties towards a mutually agreeable resolution. The most important thing is to avoid sweeping conflicts under the rug or allowing them to fester and grow. Unaddressed conflict has a way of poisoning the well, creating resentment, mistrust, and a toxic work environment. Creating a culture of curiosity, embracing intellectual diversity, and open dialogue. Now, some of you might be thinking, all right, I understand the importance of boundaries, respect, and conflict resolution, but doesn't all this focus on avoiding political discussions create a rather bland and intellectually stifling work environment? And to that, my friends, I say, quite the contrary. You see, when we create a workplace where individuals feel safe and respected, where they're free from the fear of judgment or reprisal for expressing their views, something quite remarkable happens. We unlock the power of intellectual diversity, the richness that comes from engaging with a wide range of perspectives, experiences, and ideas. Instead of shying away from difficult conversations, we embrace them as opportunities for growth and learning. We cultivate a culture of curiosity where individuals feel empowered to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and explore different viewpoints without fear of being labeled or ostracized. This doesn't mean we need to agree with every opinion or perspective we encounter. In fact, healthy disagreement, when approached with respect and a genuine desire to understand, can be incredibly stimulating and lead to more creative and innovative solutions. Beyond the workplace, building a more united and respectful society. And here's the thing, my friends. The benefits of fostering a culture of respect, empathy, and open dialogue extend far beyond the walls of our workplaces. They spill over into our communities, our families, and our interactions with the wider world. When we learn to navigate disagreements with grace and understanding in a professional setting, we carry those skills with us into our personal lives. We become more patient listeners, more empathetic friends, and more engaged citizens, capable of engaging in constructive dialogue across lines of difference. In a world that often feels increasingly divided and polarized, these skills, my friends, are more important than ever. They are the building blocks of a more just, more equitable, and more harmonious society. A society where individuals feel valued, respected, and empowered to contribute their unique talents and perspectives to the collective good. Case studies in harmony, where workplace culture thrives amidst the storm. Are there real-world examples of companies that have cracked the code? Yes. Despite headlines of division, many organizations cultivate respect, empathy, and open dialogue. These companies are committed to creating environments where political differences are acknowledged, but do not define the workplace. They foster a culture of mutual respect where individuals feel safe expressing their views. The Google Gambit, fostering open dialogue while navigating political minefields. Take, for example, Google, a company that has often found itself at the epicenter of political debates, both internally and externally. With a global workforce of over 150,000 employees, representing a vast spectrum of political views and ideologies, Google understands that creating a harmonious workplace is not about avoiding political discussions altogether, but about managing them effectively. One of the ways Google achieves this is through its commitment to open dialogue and transparency. The company has established internal forums and platforms where employees can engage in respectful debate on a wide range of issues, including those that are inherently political. These forums are moderated to ensure that conversations remain civil and respectful, and employees are encouraged to approach disagreements with a spirit of curiosity and a willingness to understand different viewpoints. Google also recognizes the importance of providing employees with access to accurate and unbiased information. The company has partnered with fact-checking organizations and has implemented policies to combat the spread of misinformation on its internal platforms. The Salesforce Solution, championing values and empowering employee activism. Another company that has taken a proactive approach to managing political tensions in the workplace is Salesforce, a cloud-based software giant known for its commitment to social justice and corporate activism. Salesforce understands that its employees are passionate about a wide range of social and political causes, and the company encourages them to channel that passion into meaningful action. However, Salesforce also recognizes the importance of maintaining a workplace culture that is respectful of diverse viewpoints and that prioritizes the company's core values. To achieve this balance, Salesforce has implemented a comprehensive set of guidelines for employee activism, outlining the company's expectations for respectful engagement and providing resources for employees who wish to get involved in social or political causes. The company also has a zero-tolerance policy for harassment or discrimination based on political affiliation, and it provides employees with multiple channels for reporting concerns and seeking support. The Patagonia Precedent, aligning business practices with core beliefs respectfully. And let's not forget Patagonia, the outdoor clothing company renowned for its environmental activism and its commitment to social responsibility. Patagonia's founder, Yvon Chouinard, is a vocal advocate for environmental protection, and the company has never shied away from taking a stand on issues that align with its core values. However, Patagonia also recognizes that its employees and customers hold a diverse range of political views, and the company strives to engage in activism in a way that is respectful of those differences. Patagonia's approach is rooted in transparency and authenticity. The company is upfront about its values and its commitment to using its platform to advocate for change. However, Patagonia also understands that not everyone will agree with its stance on every issue, and the company respects the right of individuals to hold differing views. Patagonia's approach demonstrates that it's possible for companies to align their business practices with their core beliefs without alienating customers or employees who may not share those beliefs. The key is to be transparent, authentic, and respectful of diverse perspectives. The cost of inaction. When political tensions erode trust and fracture teams, political disagreements can erode trust, undermine teamwork, and lead to a toxic work environment. We've all heard the stories, haven't we? The once thriving team torn apart by political arguments. A 2022 study found nearly 1 in 4 employees experienced workplace conflict due to political differences. So, Where do we go from here, my friends? How do we take these lessons, these insights, and translate them into meaningful action, into tangible change within our own workplaces and within our own lives? It begins, I believe, with a fundamental shift in perspective. A recognition that while we may not be able to control the political climate outside our office doors, we do have the power to shape the environment within. We have the power to choose respect over division, empathy over judgment, and open dialogue over stifling silence. We have the power to create workplaces where individuals feel valued, heard and respected, regardless of their political beliefs. And we at Moga Coaching and Consulting are here to guide you on this journey. Our team of experienced coach and consultants understands the complexities of navigating political tensions in the workplace. And we're here to provide you with the tools, strategies and support you need to create a more harmonious, productive and ultimately more successful work environment. Don't let political division erode the fabric of your team, stifle your creativity or undermine your organization's success. Take action today, my friends, and together let's build a better future, one workplace at a time. We've journeyed together, you and I, through the treacherous landscape of a politicized workplace. We've witnessed firsthand the damage it inflicts, the erosion of trust, the stifling of creativity, the sheer waste of human potential. But we've also glimpsed a brighter horizon, haven't we? We've seen how organizations like Google, Salesforce and Patagonia, through conscious effort and a commitment to shared values, are forging a different path. They're proving that even in these divisive times, it's possible to build workplaces where respect, collaboration, and yes, even a bit of good humor can triumph over the forces of polarization. The choice, my friends, is ours. We can continue down the path of division, allowing political differences to seep into every corner of our professional lives, poisoning the well of collaboration and stifling our collective potential. Or we can choose a different path. A path that recognizes the inherent dignity and worth of every individual, regardless of their political persuasion. A path that values respectful dialogue, open-mindedness, and a shared commitment to something greater than ourselves. And that, my friends, is where Moga Coaching and Consulting comes in. We believe that a better workplace is possible, one conversation, one interaction, one act of empathy at a time. We understand the challenges you face. We know that navigating the complexities of political tensions, fostering a culture of respect and inclusivity, and maintaining a laser focus on productivity can feel like a daunting task. But you don't have to do it alone. Our team of experienced coach and consultants is here to guide you, to provide you with the tools, strategies and support you need to transform your workplace into a thriving, harmonious and highly productive environment. We offer customized workshops, leadership training programs and one-on-one coaching sessions designed to help you establish clear boundaries and expectations regarding political discussions in the workplace, develop effective communication strategies for navigating disagreements with respect and understanding, foster a culture of empathy, perspective-taking and open dialogue, resolve conflicts constructively and build stronger, more resilient teams. Are you ready to break free from the shackles of a politicized workplace? To unlock the full potential of your team and create an environment where respect, collaboration and productivity reign supreme? We invite you to take the first step towards a brighter future. Schedule your complimentary career breakthrough call with our expert coach, Dr. Moga, today. During this call, we'll discuss your unique challenges, explore your vision for a more harmonious and productive workplace, and outline a customized plan to help you achieve your goals. Don't let another day pass where political tensions undermine your team's success. Take action today and let Moga Coaching and Consulting be your trusted partner in building a better workplace culture. As we conclude our time together, let me leave you with a final thought, a powerful reminder from the late, great Nelson Mandela, a man who knew a thing or two about overcoming division and building bridges of understanding. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. May these words inspire us, my friends, to choose love over hate, understanding over judgment, and unity over division, not just in our workplaces, but in all aspects of our lives. Until next time, remember, a better world, a better workplace begins with each and every one.